Good morning, students. I am Shweta Sarangi, and in your third semester, I'll teach you the subject that is your environmental studies. So, in the previous class, we have studied about global warming. Okay, so uh, what is global warming? The average global temperature is 15 degrees centigrade, and the lowermost layer of atmosphere, that is troposphere, traps the heat by a natural process due to the presence of certain gases called greenhouse gases. So the greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, ozone, methane, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbon, CFC, and water vapors. Okay. So in absence of these gases, the temperature 15 degree centigrade would have been 18 degree centigrade. Thus warming of Earth's climate owing to the increased concentration of greenhouse gases is called as greenhouse effect. Okay. So today we are going to study about the impacts of global warming. So what are the impacts? First one is our climate change. Second is our impacts on sea level. Third is reduction of biodiversity. Fourth is adverse effects on human health. And your fifth is ecological disturbances. So first is climate change, increase in global temperature. So, increase the level of greenhouse gases causes the global warming have affected the global climate. This will affect will this effect will increase in future. According to IPCC 1996, the world climate has warmed from zero point 0.3 degree to zero point 0.6 degree centigrade during the last century. Over the next century, GHS, GHGs will increase further by 1 degree centigrade to 3.5 degree centigrade. December 3 report has predicted the global warming would be 55 degree per centigrade higher by 2180. It seems likely that many species will be unable to adjust quickly to global warming and associated climate change. As a result, biological communities may suffer profoundly. More than 10% of the plant species will not be able to survive. The climate change also affects rainfall, species composition, plant reproduction cycles, and biogeochemical cycles. Next is effect on sea level. Rising temperature will cause glaciers to melt and the polar ice caps to shrink. As a result, sea level may rise by 0.2 to 1.5 meter over the next 50 to 100 years. It is provided that sea level have already risen by 10 to 25 centimeter. If it continues, many low-lying areas may be submerged in near future, and it is possible to destroy 20% to 80% of the coastal wetland. Rising sea levels are detrimental to coral reef species, which grow at a precise depth with optimum temperature and water movement. Abnormally high water temperatures in the Pacific Ocean during 1982 to 1983 caused the death of symbiotic algae that live inside the coral. Next is reduction of biodiversity. As we have discussed, increased temperatures, inundation of some coastal biological communities, and changes in the pattern of distribution of many species over a long period of time are likely to cause reduction in biodiversity in aquatic and terrestrial ecosystem. Next is adverse effects on human health. So the global warming will lead to changes in the rainfall pattern in many areas, thereby affecting the distribution of vector-borne diseases like malaria, filarias, etc. Warmer temperature and more water stagnation would favor the breeding of mosquitoes, snails, and some insects, which are vectors of such diseases. Higher temperature and humidity will increase respiratory and skin diseases. Keeping in view of all of all ill effects of global warming. UNEP, the United Nations Environmental Programme, is celebrating 5th June as a World Environmental Day every year since 1989. Okay, next is ecological disturbance. Global warming increases the desert. It increases temperature in North America, South Africa, Mexico, India, and other countries. Change of hurricanes, cyclones, and floods will be more, which will damage the lagoons and coral reefs. Global warming may cause extinction of more than 1 million species of animals and plants by 2050. So, these are the various impacts of global warming. Next is measures to check global warming. So, to check the global warming, following steps are very necessary. So, first is afforestation and reforestation, that is, plant more trees. Second is control population growth. This is the most important point because we need to control our population. Cut down the current rate of CFCs and fossil fuels. Use of non-conventional source of energy. Shift from coal to natural gas. To trap and use methane as a fuel. Reduce beef production. Efficiently remove CO2 from smoke. Use photosynthesis algae to remove atmosphere CO2. Adopt sustainable agriculture, and also the last point is use energy more efficiently and spreading awareness about the above. Okay. Next is our acid rain. What is acid rain? Normal rainwater is always acidic because of the fact that CO2 present in the atmosphere gets dissolved in it, forming carbonic H2SO3 acid. Because the presence of SO2, sulfur dioxide, and NO2, that is nitrogen oxide, gases as pollutants in the atmosphere. The pH of the rainwater is further lowered. This is known as our acid rain. Literally, acid rain means the presence of excessive acids in rain waters. Acid rain is a mixture of acids, mainly H2SO4 and HNO3. H2SO4 is a major contributor by up to 60 to 70%, and HNO3 ranks second, that is 30 to 40%, and HCl third. Acid rain is a man-made and an environmental problem that knows no boundaries. Increasing acidity in natural waters and soil is becoming a problem all over the world. Acid deposition has degraded lakes, swamps, and wetlands to such an extent that organisms cannot thrive. Okay. Next is ozone layer. So, ozone layer. Troposphere. Troposphere is the part of atmosphere where humans live and other life process also occur. The stratosphere is a region of space between approximately 50 to 50 kilometers above the earth's surface or 15 to 30 kilometers above the earth's surface. The gas molecules in the atmosphere acts as absorbing centers, moderating the transmission of the solar radiation to the earth. The qualitative as well as quantitative effect of this is an important determining factor with respect to life process. Ozone, if directly consumed, it is harmful to plants and animals, but increased concentration has a beneficial effect. Both atmosphere and earth surface are subjected to radiation from sun. These radiations are absorbed by the ozone layer and life on earth is protected. So use, its main function is to protect our environment, protect our earth, protect our animal and plant from the dangerous ultraviolet rays which are coming from the sun to the earth surface. Okay. Okay, so this is the ozone, this is our ozone layer, and these are the UV rays, and this is our earth. So ozone layer is here to protect us from the UV rays. Okay, thank you.